few years ago, Venezuela was one of the most prosperous countries in the Western Hemisphere, being the owner of the largest oil reserve of heavy crude oil on the planet. Attracted migrants of different nationalities, however, today it is the Venezuelans who leave their land by the thousands, though the shortage of food, medicines, insecurity, loss of purchasing power of the Bolivar, and inflation. This exodus begins with professional and skilled labor and progressively becomes its massive phenomenon that all the progress who live with a Bolivar in their hands and must make a pilgrimage of which every month to reach their destination, with this increasingly fuller sound. The causes of migration. Until September 2019, some 4.3 million people left Venezuela, which is comparable to situation in countries at war. Since 2015, Ecuador received approximately 1.15 million Venezuelans. Must continue their journey south, but around 400,000 decide to settle in Ecuador. One of the main reasons for staying in the country is the high level of legal protection and the social assistance offered to the migrant and refugee. For example, every person arrived in Ecuador has free access to education and medical care. The demographic profile. The majority of Venezuelans residing in Ecuador are 3 years younger than the host populations. The same populations of the men and women with high levels of education, high school degrees or more, decide themselves in general that they are healthier than the average Ecuadorians. Even though malnutrition rates are as high as those of the host populations. The migrant and refugee population is located in different parts of the country, although a large proportion, about 40%, is located in Quito. Conditions of Venezuelan migrants and refugees. Ecuador offered protection on their risks. Venezuelans in the country face multiple vulnerabilities. These are described by their legal status. 54% are irregular. Lack of documentation and other bureaucratic products represent in the main causes for non-residents and regular states. This situation limits, among others, the possibility of being able to formally participate in the labor market. Many Venezuelans are employed in the informal market and on temporary contracts. Within relation to the host populations, Venezuelans work longer hours, offer for less pay and in more difficult conditions. Most Ecuadorians have misconceptions about the impact of Venezuelan migrations. For example, Venezuela are often blamed on the taking jobs from the host populations. Also, Venezuela are told to overturn the use of state service, especially education and health. However, there is no evidence to support such claims. Women in conditions of human mobility are exposed to high vulnerability. Some of the problems they face, such as labor discriminations, are particularly related to their status as migrants and refugees. Venezuelan girls and adolescents in particular are disproportionately exposed to high risks of child labor and school abstinence. Opportunities is Ecuador can benefit significantly from migrations. Thus, is the case of environment if the Venezuelan population has access to jobs commensurate with their level of qualifications. They will contribute to the increase in gross domestic product of up to 2%. Ecuador will benefit from human capital if all children in conditions of human mobility has access to the education system. High level of school attendance will also have a positive impact on mothers' participation in the labor market. Finally, is Ecuadorian and Venezuela share the same language and culture. This increases the change of rapid integration, policies that allow for mutual understanding and social cohesion, and will help the Venezuelan population to develop their potential more quickly in their host communities. Thank you very much. My name is Altamirano.